Today we are going to start a new lesson, that is chapter 4, light. So it's a part of ICSE physics, and then most of the students consider this as one of the tough chapters, but otherwise if you go slowly and step by step it will become very easy. Let's start the lesson with reflection of light. Light shows many phenomena like reflection, refraction, dispersion and many other things. But we are not going to look at all those phenomena. All that we have in our syllabus is reflection of light and refraction of light and the dispersion of light. But let's begin our discussion with the reflection of light. What is reflection? Reflection of light in very crude terms is nothing but bouncing of light of an opaque surface. When a light is incident on an opaque surface, so it bounces back. What is an opaque surface? Opaque surface is one which does not let the light pass through. Transparent surface is one which lets the light pass through. So whenever light ray is impinged or it is incident on a opaque surface, then it will definitely bounce back and it will not pass through. So that is called opaque surface. So bouncing of light of the opaque surface is called simply the reflection. So we need to understand some of the terminology. One term that we need to know is this ray which is incident is called incident ray, which is represented by either I or it is called incident ray. And once the ray is incident, so one ray is reflected. That ray is called reflected ray. That is called reflected ray. This is incident ray and that is reflected ray. And you also have a normal. So normal means perpendicular. So we are drawing a normal to the surface at the point of incidence. That is the angle between this normal, that is a dotted line, and this is the surface, so that is 90 degrees. So this is called the normal to the surface at the point of incidence. So there are three terms that we have learned. One is incident ray, another one is normal, another one is reflected ray. One more term is the angle of incidence and other term is angle of reflection. What is angle of incidence? Simple. It is the angle between the incident ray and the normal to the surface. So which is represented by angle I. So incident angle is the angle between incident ray and the normal. Remember, don't get confused, this is not the angle between incident ray and the surface. Most of the times students get confused between this angle and that angle. Always the definition of incident angle and the reflected angle, and as we go forward we are also going to look at refracted angle. All these angles are always with respect to normal. It is not with respect to surface. So the incident angle is the angle between incident ray and normal. What is reflected ray? Reflected angle. Reflected angle is the angle between reflected ray and the normal, which is represented by angle R. Simple. So these are the five terms that we need to know. One, incident ray, another one is reflected ray, another one is normal to the surface at the point of incidence, angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Once you know, we need to understand that reflection, the phenomena of reflection follows two laws. What are those two laws? The first law is called angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. For example, if I incident a ray at an angle of I, which is equal to let's say 30 degrees, then the angle of reflection will also be 30 degrees. So angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is always true. The second law followed by reflection is incident ray, normal and reflected ray all lie in the same plane. For example, if the incident ray is coming this way and then my reflected ray will go in this way and the normal would be this, and all of them will lie on the same plane. It is not like incident ray will come this way and it will go in the other way. No, it is not possible. All of them will lie in the same plane. That is, incident ray will come like this and reflected ray will go on the normal. And if you put a sheet of paper and then all of them will lie on the sheet of paper, it is none of them will be out of a sheet of paper. That is called, they all lie in the same plane. So these are the laws that are followed by the reflection. In the next video, we are going to see the next topic on refraction.